Hi there, welcome to the Ecofina Financial Channel. My name is Philip, and as usual, I'll take you through one major event in the global economy. Remember, click the subscribe button and like this video so that others can also get to benefit from it. So this is the very first edition for 2022, and we warmly welcome you to this year. We do pray that it will bring you prosperity and success on all sides. Today, because it's also a new year, we believe that we should help you identify where you do belong. And that's why we've titled this very edition, Are You an Investor or Are You a Gambler? I believe that during the course of this video, you'll be able to determine that when we tell you what the characters are or what the characteristics of both sets of people are. So we go straight into it by defining both according to what the Cambridge Dictionary tells us. So according to the Cambridge Dictionary, a gambler is a person who risks losing money in the hope of winning a lot more money. That's who a gambler is. And then an investor is determined as a person who puts money into something in order to make a profit or to get an advantage. Now, see both differences. They are both putting in something. One is risking a lot more with some money to make more. One is also taking the same risk, but in a different way, puts in money in order to make a profit or get an advantage. So the goals are different. And that's the very first thing we want to highlight as the major difference between a gambler and an investor. And it's important you know this difference so that you know whether the decisions you are making are optimal decisions for your investment or business, or maybe you are just gambling away your wealth or gambling away the resources that are in your possession. So let's talk about the gambler first. What are the major attributes of a gambler? One major one is the one of attribution. Is a concept in behavioral finance where someone believes that whatever they've won is because of their skill or effort rather than by chance or random. Imagine somebody throwing a dice or doing something like that, taking a decision that is not based on any research or based on any research really, and believing that, anything and winning something and believing that came as a result of the skill he has. That is a major fundamental characteristic of a gambler. And that's sometimes you see in people who invest their money in quotes, they, believe that, by just something that they don't understand how it works or know how it's going to work, believe that even by just putting in something and it brings in something, they have shown their skill and it's something you have to really watch. Then they also believe that whatever they have lost can be won back by putting in more money. They never want to lose. And that's another major attribute of a gambler. Are you in the habit of, putting in more money in a business that you can see clearly that there's no headway, or putting in money in an investment where you can see clearly that it's not going to lead anywhere? So if you are that kind of person, then you probably have some traits of a gambler. And then gamblers also have the mindset that whatever they have lost is not significant, forgetting sometimes that when you put everything together, then it becomes a lot. And that's why you have to be very careful, even when you make investments. I don't just say, oh, it's just small. I can put it in. Even if I lose it, it doesn't matter. You must do your research to be sure that whatever you are putting in your money in, at least is worth investing in. It doesn't mean you always make profit on everything. Even as an investor, where you've done your research, when you've done your due diligence, it doesn't mean that you will make profits. There are still some businesses or investments which will fail, but at least you know that you've done your research, you've done your due diligence, and if something goes wrong, it's not because of your negligence or because you made assumptions about how it should go. So let's talk about an investor now. Now, the first thing about an investor is that they do proper research. you try to understand what is going on about a business or an investment. You understand the business model they are operating. Either you're going into a private equity or even in the stock market or even any kind of business, you have that clearly in your mind. And then they learn to wait and be patient. You can't be hurrying. If you've done your research, if you've done your due diligence, if you know really that investment has every potential to be profitable, then you also have to be patient. If something, everything will go through a challenge or the other. And if at every challenge you pull out your funds, you only leave many investments with regrets, because it means that you will pull out of deals which will be profitable, but which are experiencing some initial headwinds. And then, so patience is a key character of investors, successful investors. And it's something that you have to imbibe if you want to be a successful investor. Then you have to ignore the distractions. There are some noise you see in the market at different points, either from social media or other media houses. What is important is to analyze whatever information comes to see what impact it might have on your business or on your investment. That is what is important. You have to ignore some of the distractions. Some noise, some are just mere noise, not capable of having any significant impact on your business. And that is important. And it is always important for you to understand how a business or an investment you are putting in your money into will make profit. That's another character of an investor. You know how it's going to turn in your profits. You don't need to know all the technical details, but at least you know. For instance, if somebody is selling plastic, or that if he sells plastic in the market, which is made at a certain cost, it will yield this kind of profits. You must be clear about how the business is making money, and that's very important. And lastly is that an investor, should not be proud. You might say, what does that have to do? Because it means that you can ask for different opinions on a certain business. If you don't have friends who are experts or family members who are experts, then consult a professional. There's nothing wrong in that. Get their help to make the right investment. And in this year, 2022, I do hope, you will be an investor and you won't gamble away your wealth or your resources, because that is important. If you need a professional, consult one, so that indeed you can make the most of the year. So that's our thoughts, really. If you think that we missed out some characters of a gambler or an investor, you can also share in the comment section, and we'll be back with you next time. Remember to click the subscribe button and like this video so that others can also get to see it. And we'll be back with you next time.